Here is a thought experiment that made me change the way I view romantic love. So I will give you two scenarios, two occasions, and ask yourself, which of the two occasions would I rather be part of? Which of the two occasions sounds healthier? Occasion number one, you are in a romantic dinner celebrating the 5-year anniversary of your relationship. Everything is perfect, the candles, the music, and then your significant other leans towards you and they tell you, I want you to know that these 5 years were the best years of my life. I have never been happier. You bring so much value to my life and you make my life so much better. Thank you for this, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Now, scenario number two. Same setting, romantic dinner, 5-year anniversary. Except now, your significant other leans towards you and they tell you, I want you to know that these 5 years have been suffering for me. I don't get anything out of this relationship, but because I believe in altruistic love, I will stay with you. I will sacrifice even more years of my life to be with you. Which of the two scenarios would you rather be part of? Now, this was an imaginary story that Ayn Rand would use to highlight the point that love is selfish. This was one of her most controversial points, and it rubs many people the wrong way. Love is selfish? Doesn't this cheapen love? Doesn't this take the sacredness away from love? But actually it is the opposite. No other philosopher has celebrated romantic love in such a brilliant way as Ayn Rand. For Rand, love is a spiritual need with a material expression, which is sex. For Ayn Rand, romantic love is the strongest possible emotion you can experience, and sex is the material expression of this emotion. So for Rand, romantic love, together with your productive purpose in life, are the two key ingredients for having a good life. So what is love? You see what you admire, you see what you value, you see what you appreciate in another person. And you respond to it. Your soul responds to it, your mind responds to it, but also your body responds to it. You are attracted physically to that person. So for Ayn Rand, love is a spiritual exchange. I see something that I like and I get some feelings about it. I get a reaction to it. But also, you get something from me because I also have these values. Like, our values are mirrored to each other. And then I give you happiness and you give me happiness. We enjoy each other's character. We enjoy each other's values. So when Ayn Rand says love is a spiritual exchange or even a physical union, by exchange, it doesn't mean today I wash the dishes, tomorrow you wash the dishes. Actually, it means something much, 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 much deeper. And she also sees love as a reward. She says the highest reward you can get. For what? For the person you are, for the character you have built, or for the physical beauty you have built, or both. It doesn't have to be either or for any other thing which is important to you, but also important to the other person that sees this in you. So that's why love is like a mirror. I appreciate something and I see it on something. But also visibility. I appreciate that the other person sees this in me. Love, if it's such an important value, also it needs work. All values needs work for Ayn Rand. So love is not blind. It means that first and foremost I need to have values. Because if I don't know what I find important, how do I know what thing will I find important in another person? If I don't appreciate anything, what am I looking for in another person? Finding love means I need to have some things going on for me. Because if I have nothing to offer, if there's nothing of value to me, if I am nothing, I have no character, not even the aspiration to build a character, what will the other person see in me? So love is a value and all values need work. What does it mean that love is selfish? It means that it is for your own happiness that you need this other person. It is for your own satisfaction that you want them in your life. And this is actually a compliment to them. This is the biggest tribute you can pay to them. And if you think about it, it is for your own sake only that you can love someone. Because what would the opposite be? Try to think having sex with someone out of pity or out of sacrifice. It sounds creepy. It would probably be even physically impossible. Or imagine staying with years with someone you don't love. This would be an injustice to you, but also it would be an injustice to them. That person would live in a lie. They think you love them, but you don't. You're wasting your years, they're wasting their years. Or if they know that you don't love them, or you don't love them too much, or that you stay with them out of pity, what would that do to their self-esteem? So love is selfish. And this actually leads to a virtuous circle. You are proud for the person you are, and you want to become an even better person because you see how great it is that someone sees that you are a good person. So love, says Rand, is this command to rise. It asks from you to become even better so that you're worthy of this great thing that you have. So in a way, it's a bit like art. It gives you an ideal. It gives you a version of yourself that it's the best version and you can actually get it because it's worth it, because it leads to this very intimate and very strong emotion. And one last thing. Is there a contradiction between loving someone strongly and even risking your life for them? No contradiction whatsoever. If the most important person for you in the world falls in the sea, you dive to save them. It makes sense. What would life mean without them? What would life mean without the biggest source of your happiness? So actually, risking your life for someone you dearly love is not a sacrifice. Actually, it's a profoundly selfish act. So Rand's view on love is controversial, but I think she's right. She's saying, I love someone for the happiness they bring in my life, and I also want to bring happiness to their life. And I love someone because I love their values, their virtues, and also I want them to love my values and my virtues, the things that are important to me and the things that make me who I am. And if you find this view controversial, ask yourself, what would be the alternative? I love someone because they make me suffer. I love someone because they make my life miserable. Or I love someone because they have nothing going on for them. And I love someone to love me for my vices. So Rand's view is radical. But I think our society desperately needs a radical view on love and sex. Because love and sex, I think, more and more are cheapened. You have people who want to abstain from them. You have people who go to the other supposed extreme, which is they see them as a hobby. Like, yeah, I'll love and have sex with anyone, who cares? Or you have the mainstream view that sees love as almost like a chore. Like, I do compromise, you do compromise, we suffer together. And Ayn Rand says, no, love is the most brilliant thing on earth. Love is about elation. It's about you being your best self and living the best life. So, don't take my word for love, though. Dive into the world of Ayn Rand. Dive into her fiction. See how her heroes experience love. See how the fierceness, the fire that is in the romantic and sexual endeavors. And then ask yourself, would I rather have this, or would I rather have the lukewarm or boring or nihilistic or cynical view of love that we get out there from mainstream culture and mainstream philosophy?